My name is Nyesha Arrington. I'm the chef and owner of Native Restaurant in Santa Monica, California. Today, we're cooking a syrup sandwich. It is a brioche-style French toast inspired by syrup sandwiches. You might have heard of it in the Kendrick Lamar song. I love to use brioche. It has a lovely richness. I'm definitely a texture girl, and I love to be able to slice into something that is full-bodied. So we slice about 2 inches to give it some depth. For the batter, I love to use some egg yolks and some whole egg, the heavy cream and the milk, vanilla bean and vanilla extract, always creating these foreground and background flavors simultaneously. When I was coming up with the brunch menu at Native, I thought, how can I reinvent the classic syrup sandwich, which is a dish that is very cost-effective and literally just 2 pieces of bread with syrup. The soaking of the bread is definitely imperative time-wise. You don't want to soak it too long. It's actually great to sort of let your brioche dry out a little bit so it compensates for the wet mixture. A good minute and a half soaking time is perfect. You definitely want to have the syrup mixture ready to go before we start cooking our syrup sandwiches. When creating a dish, it's very important to create temperature, texture, as well as visceral texture. I love the contrast between the cool, creamy syrup on the center of the syrup sandwich and then the crispy, sort of hot caramelized notes from the butter and the egg yolk mixture on the outside. Medium-high heat, adding a little bit of whole butter, allowing that to sort of melt and caramelize and become foamy. That's when you know it's ready. Adding our butter is going to give us this sort of brown butter effect and allow our French toast to become caramelized on the outside, which will create a barrier and sort of allow the custard to steam inside. After we sear one side of our syrup sandwich, we're going to turn it over and then add just a little bit more whole butter, and this is going to allow it to refoam and those milk solids to become caramelized, and then just sort of baste over the top. What that's going to do is create a beautiful crust around the outside of our syrup sandwich. I finish it in the oven for just a couple seconds to allow the custard to cook all the way through. After it comes out of the oven, what we're going to do is fill either side of the sliced bread. You can actually see the bread sort of rising as you're injecting it, which is super cool. Use as much or as little as you'd like. Once our sliced brioche has been filled, sandwich them together and then putting on a plate to enjoy. My favorite part of this dish is definitely the injecting of the syrup and slicing to prevail that delicious creamy syrup on the center. It really is an amazing texture and balance against the creamy syrup and the hot, crusty outside bread and the caramelized notes from the condensed milk and the brown butter. Syrup sandwich, definitely the best sandwich you're gonna have for breakfast, brunch, dinner, anytime. Please enjoy it.